to make our way back along that pathway now, back up to the other side of the supermarket where we just came from, and then we're going to head down towards the main road, around to the front of the supermarket, and I'm hoping that there's still an area there that's pretty perfect for stealth camping. Let's see. My word, it must be high 30 degrees right now. I'd say 37 degrees possibly. It has actually been hotter. It's cooled down the last couple of weeks, but I can feel that it's getting back up now to mid-summer 40 degrees plus every day weather, and I really love the heat, but it makes sleeping very difficult. I don't think that will be an issue tonight though on a stealth camp. There'll be many other reasons why I won't be able to sleep. I don't think the temperature will be one of them. I'm obviously going to be camping somewhere that I perhaps shouldn't be, so yeah. You can see on the far side there, there's actually a clock. It's 38 degrees, it says. In here, there's this strip of land between this supermarket, some shops, and this bus stop on the main road. This strip here, I think this could be a great option. I'm going to do a quick walk around the perimeter. I'll be quiet just so you can take in the sounds and everything, but let me know what you think. Do you think this is a good option for a stealth camp? Okay, I can't hold off any longer. I just need to just do it. I'm just going to go in here. Wait, something's biting me. An ant was biting me. I'm looking out for signs. You know, people's possessions, belongings. I don't want to put myself in danger, but I also don't want to scare someone else that's not, you know, some unsuspecting person that's not expecting some dude making YouTube videos to just suddenly appear in somewhere that they thought was safe, right? I'm not going to go any further up there. That goes right up to the corner where the bus stop is, where the roundabout is. So I'm also looking on the ground because you do get some huge ants here. There's an ant's nest there, I can see that. Now you do not want to be sleeping anywhere near an ant's nest, obviously. There's a tissue there. Maybe someone going to the toilet. I think this is a great spot in here, look. This is a great spot. And right here, possibly. I think this could be the spot for later. Under this tree. Some coverage. I'll be with my jungle bag anyway, so if it's dark, I'll most certainly not be seen. Yeah. In all honesty, like, I'm not concerned about people just like coincidentally coming in here just on a one-off. It's a Wednesday evening. I specifically didn't do this on the weekend when there'd be far more traffic on the road, but also, you know, groups of people heading home. You know, maybe someone's walking home from a night out. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and someone needs to go to the toilet. You know, they could wander in here, and you know, that would not be a good situation. That's far less likely on a Wednesday. But I guess there's only one way to tell. I have to come back later. In these really high temperatures, this camera is boiling hot. It's even touching it, even holding it is uncomfortable. I was looking at the manufacturer's guidelines. It said 35 degrees maximum operating temperature, and it's at least 37, 38 right now. So yes, that's a slight concern. This is a DJI Pocket 2 4K camera. It's excellent. I'm really happy with it. I hire it, I rent it. I pay around 25 euros, so I don't know, £20 a month for it. I'd like to have bought one outright, but they cost about 400 or 500, I think. So for now, I'm hiring it. Yeah, it is what it is for now. I'm renting it, so I have to be really careful with it, even more so than if it were my own, I suppose. And I really hope that I don't damage it by using it in excessive temperatures. It's time for a beer, no? We're going to do the beer review now. Hello and welcome to Jimbo Walks. It's time for another beer review. Today we will be looking at the unbelievable Steam Brew Imperial IPA. Now, this beer is from a very popular German budget supermarket. It's exceptional value. This beer is only 99 cents for a 50 centiliter or 500 milliliter, half a liter. 99 cents, less than €1 for a can of this is really awesome. It's 7.8%, this particular version. So this is the Imperial IPA, and it's one of around 5 or 6 varieties, I suppose. And they differ in strength from around 5% all the way up to 8 or 9%, I think, the strongest one. There's a stout, so almost like a Guinness. There is a lighter IPA. There's a Weiss beer, like a wheat beer. And there's even, I think it's only a seasonal thing, but there is a lemon, what's the name for that? Like Radler, right? I know that's quite popular. I've tried all of them, and this by far for me is my favorite. It's not ridiculously strong, like 9-10%, because when you start getting that strong, like for me personally, that just becomes a little unpleasant, and I feel quite uncomfortable after drinking it. They're just too heavy. They just bloat you and make you feel like you've just had a 9% beer, right? And the lighter versions, like 5.5%, I think for me there perhaps are better options around that percentage point on the alcohol. But yeah, for me this is just a perfect sweet spot. It's slightly bitter. It's an IPA, so it's a little bit citrusy. It's a little it's neither particularly sweet nor particularly bitter, but it's just on the bitter side of that scale. It is cloudy, but not excessively so. And yeah, it's a really great beer. Should we try it out? Lovely. Salud. Wow. This really is a good beer. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This really is one of the best beers I've ever had in a can. has that real sharp, strong, like fruity IPA tones, but because it's strong, it packs a bit of a punch at the same time. So you get all that intense flavour in your mouth, but then it's kind of followed up by a bang of the strength behind that. And that combination is really gorgeous. It's beautiful taste, I have to say. Actually, for this price, and from the supermarket that I bought it from, I kind of assumed that it was going to be full of chemicals and flavour enhancers and things like that, and many lagers are actually, but it's German, and of course they have the German, what's the word? Purification law, I think it's called, and so there's nothing in this at all apart from water, barley, hops, malt, all those natural ingredients, and nothing else is added to this, which is excellent actually. I think what attracts a lot of people to this beer is the design of the can. It's won several awards for its design. They've gone for the steampunk aesthetic style, that kind of retro futuristic, like the Steam Explorers. It's a really awesome design actually, I have to say. It is what initially attracted me to this, and I'm so glad that it did, because the beer is amazing as well. But certainly the design goes a long way. This is the only beer I'm having today as well, by the way. Because of the stealth camp, I really don't want there to be any beer in my system. It's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm coming back for the stealth camp in like 4 hours or so. I'm not going to have anything else to drink. I need to be clear thinking and kind of as alert and awake as possible. Highly recommended. And just once again, it's the Steam Brew Imperial IPA. Steambrew.com. It really is an excellent beer. If you can get this in your country, check out German budget supermarkets in your city. This is an unaffiliated, unsponsored, impartial beer review, 100%. And yes, but I just want to share the news of great beer with my friends. So thank you for watching today's beer review. Leave no trace. I'm delaying now because I'm nervous. It says over there 31 degrees, so 10 p.m. 31 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's getting really dark now. I think we're getting close to the time. I think the time for delaying has passed. I just need to get in there, get set out, otherwise it'll be too dark and you guys won't be able to see anything. So here goes. Okay, so you'll see what I see. Staff from the supermarket all out front. It's not great. You know, I think I'm going to enter from this side. I'm going to avoid entering from right in front of the supermarket. If I can find a point here. Is there a gap? Kind of looks like a gap. Let's see. I'm in. So obvious. Sit down. don't know, guys, the path is just there. I mean, it's maybe 3 meters from where I'm seated. Maybe I need to move back a little bit. I need to see somebody walk past just there and see how clearly they can see me. I mean, that's the other thing right now. There's a car just parked right there. And the problem is also, they'll sit there for a minute or so whilst the lights change. Just, I can see into their car. Now look, I realise that people aren't expecting to see somebody in here. Let's see what we can see. This is over to the right. Behind me is really dark, but I can't really go back any further. Over to the right there is the really busy roundabout. Then there's the bus stop just across on the right, and the busy road in front of me. And over to my left is where we entered from. And the supermarket is directly behind me. Hello. I've tried to move back a bit further into this, under this tree, but because of all the street lighting just in front of me, all around me is completely illuminated, and I really don't see it getting much darker even when the sun's completely set. I'm contemplating another location. I don't want to give up on this. I really don't know if this is the right spot. I feel so exposed. I mean, it's all very good and well, stealth camping really close to like a few meters from a really busy road, if you're undercover. But I'm not at all. I mean, when people walk past, I can clearly make them out. Like, it's just a few meters away. Why would they be looking in here? I don't know, but there's also some buildings in front just across here that all have balconies. I can see a couple of people in their houses. They're more likely to see me from the light of the camera. I must really stand out, like amongst all these trees and bushes, and there's no other lighting in here at all. And there's just one bright light. I turn the brightness down as low as possible. But it's still quite bright when it's dark. I think I'm gonna walk around, guys. I'm not going to abandon this. We'll find somewhere, but I don't think this is the one. I think I'll be seen sooner rather than later. There's just far too much street lighting around me. I'm surrounded by street lights, and I'd considered that, but I hadn't really fully considered just how illuminated this patch would be once the sun goes down. I need to reconsider the plan here. I don't want to spend every moment of the entire night on edge. I mean, yeah. Walking always helps. I'm going to go for a walk, have a think about this, may potentially come back to this same spot, but also possibly not. Let's see. Let's go for a walk.